The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought with it being such a unique thing that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. Things like that. And it's just a unique film of him.
He says, I beat you. He says, they say we came in under the dead heat. He says, that's not true because I beat you. And the American said, well, he says, if you like to think so, he says, but I know the real story. He says, I know I clearly won that one. See?
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Bringing you sex, sass, and style. Buckle up and unlock your imagination for a fun adventure with these death-dealing dames. They sail the galaxy in search of spoils. The most dangerous acquisition, and the most fruitful, are the legendary Splinters of Yggdrasil. The Splinters are magical artifacts forged from the Tree of Life that wreak havoc on the universe. The missions are perilous, but the bounty is glorious. Enjoy our hyper-fictional wonderland. How is a pirate ship sailing through space? 'Cause magic. How do they heal so quickly after battle? 'Cause magic. How are they able to communicate through jewelry? 'Cause magic. It's all about the characters. Abo, rough, robotic, ready. Mo, carefree, callous, courageous. Mistress Graven, daring, diplomatic, dominating. Betsy, academic, accountable, aristocratic. Nefara, ancient, assured, adrenaline junkie. Bruto, proud, prominent, protective. Fisty, independent, incendiary, invigorating. Roxy, superficial, scarred, secretive. Once you get to know this diverse crew of mythical miscreants, you'll be anxious to find out what trouble they'll get into on the next episode. Go to abogrizzly.com and order both halves of the first episode today.
I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah, it's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this to all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that
chaperone can get our number. The world's in slumber. Let's misbehave. There's something wild about you, child, that's so contagious. Let's be outrageous. Let's misbehave. When Adam won Eve's hand, he wouldn't stand for teasing. He didn't care about those apples out of season. They say the spring means just one thing to little lovebirds. We're not above birds. Let's misbehave.
Come get some.
The Madness Comic Network and Comic-Related Madness proudly presents This Madness Comic Network Special Edition. All guests and campaigns receive the Madness Seal of Approval. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube.
And if you check the little thing down there in the corner, you can see that today's guest, Mr. Mark, it came from Radio Torres, and Peter Retro Palmiotti, and we're all here. What's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Man,
Pops.
You know, I got almost that many ads I have to play at the end of the show now, too.
That's good.
I don't get paid for all of them. I just, because they're my friends and they got campaigns that you can get their books today, most of them. So a couple of them are coming soon, but you know what I'm saying? It's like promote.
It feels like when you're going into a movie and you get the previews in the beginning before the trailer starts.
Yeah. I felt like I entered a movie theater.
And especially the one that Tanner Hurley did. That one has the complete movie feel to it, right down to the credit scene at the end. I was like, yeah, I like this. It's all fun, man. You know what we do. You guys got a book. Now, we meant to get out here earlier, but life happens, and now we are making up for that. You know, I definitely want you guys to introduce yourselves, although I'm sure my audience knows who you are. But go ahead. Tell everybody who you are, Mark.
I am Mark Torres of It Came From the Radio, the official The Big Apple Con. I am a radio show host. The show has been on the air almost 20 years. It originally was called The Comic Book Novice on 1240 AM WGBB, the oldest radio station in Long Island. We are now on 88.1 FM WARY in Westchester County. Also online on 3 other online radio stations and on about 40 different podcast places. And I also am a writer and creator of Designated.
And Peter.
I am Peter Palmiotti. I have been working in comics for just over 30 years. I've worked for Marvel, DC, Valiant, had a few books published through Image. But mostly I've worked in, with other independent creators on their books throughout the years, and working on my own book right now, Retro, as well as Designated.
Hey, you guys are putting in the work. I like it. That's what everybody's supposed to do, though, right?
Yes, yes, we have, and yes, we are.
Now, I pinned the link to your campaign up at the top of the YouTube chat, and it's also in the description down there. So you guys can find it. Make sure you drop your, like, if there's any other links, like your personal links or whatever that you want people to know about, put them in the private chat, and I'll edit them into the description after the show. Cool.
Yep.
What's up, Glenn? It's Mr. Fleming. We got, y'all know Nita over there at Raging. She's in the chat. She's watching. How you guys doing? Glenn, it's bedtime, bro. It's midnight over there. Night. It's a running joke with Glenn. That dude don't sleep, man. You know what I'm saying? He's up all the time. So, how long have you guys known each other?
I've known Pete for almost 20 years.
20.
Give or take a couple of days, right?
Yep.
Dang, man.
Yeah, we met way back when, small New York convention. It was the one time it was in the basement of a church. I think Billy Tucci put that one together. He was showing off his comic that he was working on, which is what is Designated now. And I was looking at the artwork, and I was really liking the style, and he gave me a script. I took that home and read it, and I was really impressed with the quality of it. It's a 5-issue miniseries. It was beginning, middle, and end, a complete story. And I was like, yeah, I want to be a part of this.
Cool. I like that kind of stuff. I like collaborations. You guys know that. I'm always trying to get people meeting each other and do, all kinds of weird stuff happens sometimes. I'm having a blast. But yeah, that's, it's all about networking, getting to know people. You find people that you just jive with, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So much so that I dragged Pete on our radio show, and he was a guest co-host for a long time, at least a year or two, right?
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. I was living out in Staten Island. To get there by trains and whatnot, it took about 2 hours, but it was worth it. I loved being on the show.
That's funny though, Mark, because I used to be a working sidekick at Z-Rock in Phoenix.
Oh, wow.
And basically why I say working sidekick is because the DJ for that 4-hour block on Saturday was actually a production manager for the station. And you know how it is on the weekends. It's like the only time the stations are quiet, right? The only time a production manager can get in there, get in his booth, get stuff done without, constant interruptions and whatnot. So when they asked him to do DJ a show on Saturday, he's like, man, I can't get nothing. So he asked me to come in, pull music for him, do all the stuff while he just went in the production booth and made his commercials on Saturday. He'd pop in the booth like once or twice during.
Make sure no one was cursing. Make sure the radio show was still on the air. And good luck.
So I got like plenty of DJ experience without they called me Pa Bell because I answered the phone. And if you're old like me, you understand Ma Bell, Pa Bell, right? Okay. So, I got that nickname when I was on Z-Rock, and it was a blast, man. I got to meet so many cool people and, interact on levels that I just shouldn't have been allowed to. Just, I got to meet people I should have never been allowed to get near. But yeah, radio is fun, man. And that's why when I started doing this, it was kind of easy. I was used to talking to people I can't see, to the audience. And then just bringing other people in made it way easier. It's just like being in the booth with Rob and maybe a guest and just having a blast doing a radio show for 4 hours. I
always find it easier to have someone to bounce off of.
Yes. Actually, one time we were just kicking it, doing our normal thing, and Sheryl Crow was in the building doing an interview at the country station on the other side of the building. Right, there was 4 stations in the building. They all share the equipment and whatnot. But Sheryl Crow was over there doing an interview at the country station, and we were just kicking it. We didn't even know she was there, right? And I guess they were giving her a tour of the building, and they opened our booth, which is really small. It's smaller than the room I'm in right now. Okay, it's a small booth. And they opened the booth, and the heavy metal comes blaring out the door, and Sheryl Crow's like, I think I'm going to hang out with these guys for a little while. She did a 10-minute interview on the country station, hung out in the heavy metal side with us for like 2 hours. It was crazy.
Nice.
She was a NASCAR fan doing, something with Jeff Bodine. I was a Jeff Bodine fan. It was real easy to talk to her, So, yeah, man, radio made this kind of stuff easy. So I totally get it, Mark. I totally get it. So how do you turn that into comic books?
It's the other way around.
Okay, all right. Well, educate me, because I've gone out of my way to say hi when I seen you guys doing interviews for this particular project, and then get out because I don't want to know everything ahead of time, or, mainly don't want to ask the same questions to get the same answers. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's always good to get the fresh interview. And sometimes you don't want to have that pre-talk.
Live. Yeah, no canned nothing. Nothing's ever recorded here. It's all, nothing's edited. You be prepared. I'm not editing nothing.
So it's like I said, it was flipped because I wanted to be in comics always since I was a kid, and the radio show was a roundabout way to get into comics. So that was the idea behind that. When you were saying about networking and meeting people you never knew you would expect to meet, that was the plan of the radio show. It's like, hey, I can meet people who are in the industry and get networked and get my comic in printed and published, which in a roundabout way, exactly what happened. Because I met Pete, I met Dave Ryan. Dave Ryan was doing the War of the Independents. He had a book which has a whole bunch of other independent creators. And it was like, hey, you have a character, want to be in my comics. So my character was published first time ever in his book. And by then I ran into Mariano Nicieza, who's Fabian's brother, who co-created Deadpool. And he's like, hey, you're in this comic book series. You want to do a trading card series? I was like, sure. And then my character got a trading card. And he was like, hey, you want to do a crossover with my character and your character? I was like, sure. And then I got my first comic ever published in 2010. It was the Phaser Sunburst War of the Independence crossover issue number 2. It came out. It was there. I was like, wow, this is actually something. And as that time was going on, that character Sunburst became the mascot for our radio show. Even though we started the radio show in 2003, it was originally called Comic Book Novice. And we switched over to Came for Radio, and then we're like, we need a mascot, and that's how that happened. So it all, like I said, it's all kind of reversed about being radio was just like a side gig to get my comic published. And here we are.
Parallels over here, Mark. Too many parallels. As Facebook group, right? Had like 400 or 500 people in it when all the cons went down a couple years ago, right? Just a little group. We used to come out and go, hey, look what I got. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't a networking and promotion group at all. Although we had some really cool people that were founding members, but creators and whatnot that were founding members of the group. But it wasn't a networking and promotions group at the time.
It was a hangout.
And we had a logo contest to, for the group, for the Facebook group, Comic Related Madness. We had a little contest to see, what we'd adopt for a logo. And, the little troll here, he came out of that he ended up becoming our mascot because he was in the center of that logo. I don't know if you've seen the logo or not, but let me show it to you real quick. Where's my avatars? Yeah, that right there. Okay, there you go. See that logo? See the little green troll in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Took on a life of its own. Everything's Crom now. People have written stories crossing over with their characters. They're making little crochet Croms. All kinds of things are going on, man. It's just like that. It's like it took on a life of its own. I wasn't even trying to get in comics, but I got people, doing things with my character or our logo troll. He wasn't even he wasn't even a character, Mark. He was a logo.
Yeah, it was just an idea, and it just kind of exploded. Yeah. You never know what's going to happen. I always say that, you never know from day to day what exactly is going to happen. Like, if you think about it, 3 years ago, we never said we would have a pandemic, and yet here we are.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the most weird. This has been the most weird 3 years that I can remember going through in my life. Because that thing gave me all kind of new direction. It gave me a new life goal. It gave me purpose again. Doing this, promoting everybody's, because like I said, all the tables went down, all the cons went down. Nobody could do nothing. Yeah. I went, oh crap, what are all my friends going to do? And this is what we started doing, promoting everybody as we try to get as many eyes on people as we can, which leads us, I love these segues, which leads us to the project that you guys are doing, Designated Issue number 1. See, if we talk too much, I'll talk about me and what I've done for the last 2 years, and it pales in comparison to what you guys have done over your careers. And, Peter pretty much knows, man. It's like I started doing this because feel like I owe a debt to some of these great creators for a lifetime of entertainment. People like Mike Barron and Art T. Bear, and all these people have been around doing it. Fabian, all these people have been around doing the comic book thing forever. That's what these boxes back here filled up full of.
Yep.
I owe these guys, so I want to make sure that whatever they're doing, they get seen, and that's it snowballed. It got bigger than anything I could do. I can't do this without all the help of all the people involved, and Peter knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one, do you want to go trailer? Or you want to set the trailer up?
Actually, the trailer is the barest bones ever. It just explains everything very nicely, and it shows off all the pages that we have that I had handy. Where there are more pages out there, but those are the pages I had handy. So let's do it that way. Makes my life easier.
All right. Here we go. Oh, I gotta mute myself.
Yappa toy, and welcome to the Designated Kickstarter promotional video. This is your narrator, as well as the creator of Designated, Mark Torres speaking. As we scroll through some pages penciled by Jay Smith, with inks by Marvel and DC's very own Peter Palmiotti, with a cover by Babe artist Francesco, also inked by Peter Palmiotti, I will tell you a little bit about the book. Designated is a 5-issue miniseries that tells the tale of two warring alien races, the peace-loving Forlons and the warlike Duronians, fighting over a newly discovered power source, the Capricious Star. This war finds its way to Earth, and our 5 heroes, Natasha, Kelly, Chris, Adam, and his younger brother Ed, not only wind up caught in the middle, but each gaining powers as a result. Designated has been a passion project of mine for almost 30 years. It is a full and complete story, over the 5-part series that is, and all 110 pages have already been written and penciled. With your support, you can help us get issue 1 colored, printed, and sent directly to you. Now, what Kickstarter campaign would be complete without perks? Not this one. We have a few items, such as digital and physical copies of the book, trading cards, original artwork, and few high-end collectors out there, custom-made 5- and 6-inch clay figurines of the main characters by clay sculptor Shadow Rabbit. You can see more of his finished stuff at www.shadowrabbitart.com. As I have said countless times on my syndicated radio show, It Came From Radio, which can be heard on both terrestrial and online radio stations, as well as on over 40 different podcast places. If you're unable to financially support this project, like and share it on your social media platforms. Maybe someone else you wouldn't even know about it will be able to help and be part of making this book a reality.
And there you have it. Hold on, let me fix this. Okay, let's get back to work. Oh, that's not it. That's it. Okay. All right, Wah, wah. Stop it right there. Well, that didn't work. I tried. All right.
You did the best you could. So
I'm working on it, guys. I don't know what's
as we say, we're live on tape, folks. If you remember Honeymooners, it's one of my favorite episodes of all time with Chef of the Future. This is coming to you live on tape.
I don't know what's going on over here now. I got to shut it all down except for us. All right. Share the screen back up and we'll be good. Too many tabs open.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. That's the one. Okay. There you go. Wah, wah. All right. 35 backers. $3,849. We still got a ways to go to the goal. About 35% to the goal. So you guys know what to do. You hit the Twitter, you hit the Facebook, you share it out, you tell the world. That's what I do.
Tell the world that we want to get this baby born.
Yep.
So, who did the logo?
So the logo was designed by a graphic designer, Abby Gabato. She is a interior designer by trade. She's a teacher, and she lives in the Philippines. So she actually designed the entire Kickstarter page. She designed the logo. She designed that little square of me. Pete actually inked that little MSC Studio logo right there. Pete did that. With her designing that, she designed the images on the front of the almost cover, I like to call it, because it's done by Francesco, who's most famous for doing the Savage She Dragon, and he tells me that he wanted to tweak it just a little bit. So I don't know what that means, but that it's gonna kind of sort of look like that.
Cool. So I notice I see George's name down there too.
Yes, George Medina, who just finished his campaign, The Adventures of Wonder Duck. He is the letterer, and he also is on Catch the Craze podcast from many years ago.
Yep, we network with those guys too. You know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. Pages. Yep.
So in addition to the black and white pages, most of the money is going for fees, shipping, printing, and coloring and lettering. So I want to show that this is what it'll look like when it gets colored. It is in black and white right now. As I said, it's 110 pages, but this campaign is just for the first 22, which is already penciled and inked, fully inked by Pete. The letters are being sent in as we speak, so that it's almost fully lettered as of right now. And then hopefully we can do the other ones, issue 2, 3, and 4, and 5. But right now, that's what we have.
I like it. Jay Smith. Peter Palmiotti. I like it.
Yeah. Jay Smith is a brother of a friend of mine from high school, who at the time, which is about, say 28 years ago, 27 years ago, I had came up with the story, and he's like, hey, I'll draw it for you. And so he drew it way back then. So those pages are over 25 years old, and they are in great condition. I want to admit, I was surprised by how well they stood up the test of time. And Pete's been working on the physical pages, so it's not digital. It's all old school work.
Yep.
Cool. I see you got, okay, so let's run through these a little bit. We got the $1 special on-air shout out and thank you on the radio show, and I'll thank you on our show too.
So that was a happy accident because nobody, despite the fact of me talking to a lot of people about Kickstarter, nobody told me that the tier that says pledge without a reward was something that Kickstarter puts on, not you. So I was like, I don't want to have something that just says pledge without a reward. I want to give them something. So even if they put $1 in, they'll get something. And so I put that on there. And then when I released the Kickstarter, it was still on there. I was like, oh.
Still had that.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's a happy accident. Sure, why not? We usually do that for our Patreon. So we have a Patreon page, and for $1 a month, you get a shout out on our show.
Good stuff. I love it. All right. So then you got the $3 for the digital. That's for all you people in places you don't want to pay for shipping. I get it.
Yeah. Totally.
And
I mean, if you want to pay for shipping, you go right ahead, and we'll send you the book. You want to pay that much for shipping, go right ahead, contact us, and we'll work out the shipping rate, and we'll send it to Zimbabwe if you want. But you got to pay for that.
Some people like live in closed spaces. I've had people tell me that too. It's like, man, I can't buy books anymore. I don't have nowhere for them, and they buy PDFs because they can keep a whole bunch of them on their phone or their computer or whatever. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of circumstance. I hope I never get in a position where I have to buy PDFs, but there's times when, people want me to look at their book. They just like send them to me. Like, hey man, check out. Like, dang, Rich sent me the script for The Roaring, right? Like a few months ago. He's like, man, check out the script. What do you think? And I got about 10 pages in, and I was like, dude, no, I'm making my own visuals. I need your art on this. I got to quit reading it. I wanted his visuals of this script, not what I was creating in my own mind. You know what I mean? So I had to stop because that's what I do when I read a book. I'm watching a movie in my mind. You know, I'm creating all my own visuals. I love when they actually come to life on somebody's screen, though. What's up, Shadow?
Hey, Shadow.
Hey, Shadow. Hey, Frog.
There's the frog. You know what's up. We played your trailer, bro. Played the frog's trailer. That's another one. And this guy right here, Cheyenne been part of the madness.
Hi, Cheyenne.
Cheyenne been part of the madness since day one, you guys. He is very, long-time member of the madness, and I've known Cheyenne since before there was a madness.
It was just mildly crazy.
Yeah, I mean, before we had the group, we've known each other like from previous Facebook groups for about 5 years now. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, it's all good. So then you get to the physical copy of the comic book. You get a physical and a digital, $15 plus shipping to wherever you live.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, gotta have that shipping. Gotta include that. Always remember that. And I'm sure you guys do the Gemini and all that, right? We don't.
It's gonna be nice and packed. Yes, it's gonna be nice and safe and backed and boarded and bagged, and you will get it in pristine condition. What is it? Even though the mail is rain or sleet nor snow or sleight of man will help from their point arounds, but it'll get there looking good. You got to add that at the end.
I get to promise this. It's like on a day when a comic book's coming, it's 50-50 that my regular mailman or mail lady, I should say, is the one bringing them. It's like 50-50. Sometimes I go out there, it's jammed in the mailbox, and it's like, I know our regular mail lady didn't do that. Because, she brings them up to the door and wants to know what this one is. And, you know what I mean? She's totally cool about it. So, yeah, man, definitely. You know what's up.
Bulletproof packing, exactly.
It was in the Roses Network.
Neurosis Network. There you go.
Yeah, Shine, about 5 years, man. It's been fun too. I haven't now you guys know I'm not an artist. I have drawn like 8 times in my adult life. Cheyenne has one of them pieces of art.
Nice.
I don't draw. But he asked me, if I would draw him something specific. And I was like, okay, well, you're going to have to wait till I feel it. But someday I'll draw that for you, And one day I felt it and I drew it for him. Yeah, I sent it to him. He knows what's up. It's on his wall. It's Ace Frehley. He asked me to draw him one. I'm like, okay, but it's got to be when. For me, drawing is totally different than for you guys that do it for a living and whatnot. Oh, man. I couldn't do that. I'm way too Virgo. You know what I mean? Perfectionist, everything. It's like I still look at a couple of the pieces that I've done and I go, man, that looks horrible. I could fix that, but I'd end up messing it up. You know what I mean?
But if you think about it, even professionals have that. Look at George Lucas. He still likes to tinker his movies despite creating them for years. He wants to go back and fix it because there's always that level that it's never really truly done. And at one point, you kind of just got to let it go.
That's what I do. It's like I put them behind glass. Okay, I'm done. I'm not messing with it no more. Behind the glass it goes, but they're I'm not an artist. They're okay, but they're not like what Peter does or what Allison does or what any of my friends do. Right. It's like it's an old man playing artist is what it is.
It's good to dabble.
Yeah. Gotta have fun, man. Got to have fun. There you go, Frog. There you go. Thank you for putting that up there. Frog's gonna be at CromCon. He's also going to be on the Monday Madness 2 days after the launch of his book. So we will definitely make sure everybody gets to see that one too. And then, okay, what's up with the exclusive Natasha trading card?
So actually, Anchor, who I knew, through Peter, was like, hey, this guy wants to be involved in the comic. And I was like, comics are already done. There's nothing else to do. He's like, yeah, but I just want to do something. I want to be part of it. And I was like, we'll do a trading card. And so we got a trading card done. Once again, Abby designed the little trade dress on it. It was drawn by Brian Kong, and it's inks by Alex Rivera. And Pete, I know we're getting some more to do like a trading card set, so it'll be all the 5 characters, but it'll still be for the same price.
I'll be working on. Well, I'll be starting mine tonight at 11 on my channel. So if you want to watch
so you
me,
can see
suffer.
the magic happen. You can see Pete do it
tonight at 11. And if I'm awake, I promise I will share that out like I do everything.
Cool.
Is this your first time doing a trading card, Pete, or you've done more before?
Well, I've inked a bunch, but I don't believe I ever penciled and inked one. So
another first for you, Pete.
Yeah, I'm like a virgin everywhere.
Keep it happening. That's keep it fresh, man. Keep them doing things. Hey, Pete, have you ever done this before? If he says no, get him to do it. Yep. You see what I'm saying? It's like keep it fresh, keep it fun.
Well, one of the things that we've been talking about during the live streams was that for that cover was the first time, if not the first time, one of the first times that Pete ever worked on digital pencils, because Francesco does not work physically. He only works with digital, and that is the only time Francesco has ever been inked by anybody else but himself.
That's right. That's why it looks so good.
How do you talk somebody into letting somebody else ink their stuff if they're used to doing their own?
I don't remember how I talked Francesco into it, but I knew that Pete wanted to be part of it. I don't know. Do you remember how that came out?
I mean, I think you mentioned that he was going to draw it, and I was probably like, I got to ink it. Like, I think I met him at a convention at that point or before that, and really was a fan of his work. And any artist I like, I want to ink. So I probably push for it.
See, that's what I like to ask, questions that they're not even sure of.
It was so long ago. It was What was that? You have it's listed as 2007. So that was 15 years ago?
Yeah.
It's a deep dive.
It's a long time. It's a long time. I remember the conversation about how he doesn't do a physical. I'll never forget that conversation for as long as I live. But I don't remember how that conversation initiated.
It's a deep dive into designated. We're going to have to get him out here and ask him. How'd they get you to let Peter do that? That is the big question I want to know. No, actually, the question I want to know is how many pieces of original art are available?
It's 23 pages we have for the first issue. And then obviously if we do the second issue, you have 22 more and then whatever. We're just going to go issue by issue. So those pages from that issue that we're Kickstartering, is that a word? is the ones that we're putting out there.
Okay, so
it's 22 pages.
Basically,
and
it's your inks, right, Peter? That's basically what it is. Okay.
Yeah,
just so
in the
everybody
video,
knows, you're not getting original pencils. Pencils are digital.
Right.
You're getting PDFs.
It's pencils that were inked on actual paper. It's the 22 pages, and then there was a group shot that was in the video that's also up for grabs.
All right.
So all of it's beautiful. So
and now clay figurines. You guys.
Hold that up here.
Oh, here we go. Now, are these like the ones that J.D. Calderon and Daphne had made for Tall Tales or whatever? Kind of like.
I don't think that they're from the same guy. I don't think they know Shadow Rabbit, but this is a guy who we've met throughout the years. And this is a 5-inch figurine of my character Sunburst, but obviously it would be for the characters for the book. So you see the detail. And it came in this box. So.
If you want to also put his link in the private chat, we'll put that in the.
The link is actually on the Kickstarter on the Kickstarter page. That way people can check it out and go, boop, I'll take them right to it.
Oh, yeah. See, Apex like that right away. See that? Hot toy. I like it. So, yeah. Oh, here we go.
That's the big one.
Big one.
You get the 12-inch of a character, or you can get an entire battle diorama of all the characters and the main villain in a custom designed clay battle scene. Shadow Rabbit always says he'll do anything. So take that with as honest as possible. He'll do anything as long as you pay for it. So whatever pose, whatever design you want, he will do it.
I'm not gonna take that where it could go, but you know. I know some of the people in my chat. I'm just saying. We're not going. Glad Rich ain't watching. Jeez. So add-ons. You can like mix and match stuff. You got an exclusive Sunburst trading card.
Yep. Like I said, it was through the War of the Independents. So this is the card that Mariana had made for me.
All right.
So I have a whole bunch of these left over. So I figured, why not throw that in there? And then, like I said, Alex was like, let's do a trading card. And that's how that came to be for the Natasha card. And we will have the other 4. So it'll be a set of 5.
Okay. And then this first stretch goal, which is really very close to after you fund.
Yeah. So basically, if we fund, that's how it is. If we make the money, you get some free comics.
You fund, you're going to pop everybody a bunch of free digital comics. That's cool.
Right. And then we'll unleash the second stretch goal. If we, by some miracle, we get further than that, we will release the second issue because it can be made. It's already almost done. And then the third issue and the fourth issue and so on and so forth. If by some miracle, a big bag of money comes out of the sky and we get George Lucas money floating down, that's the plan.
Well, I'm definitely going to leave this. I'm definitely going to leave this up on the YouTube channel for the next few days as the featured video. So anybody that pops in, they're going to see this. Hopefully we can get you some more backers, man. You guys deserve more. Peter been around for a long time. I know he's got more than 35 fans.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, come on, yo.
it's. I mean, Mark's the headliner on this, so he's got to develop his following. I'm here.
And Mark has a radio following, right? I mean, you got to crack on those people too, right? Come on.
The weird thing is what I've come to find out. I would say most of my friends, people I've known many years, they don't have Kickstarter. So it's that extra step, and they're all lazy bums. So I'm like, hey, they want to have. Oh, you got a comic? I can't wait to read it. So I go, great. This is what you got to do. I got to sign up for something. I can't just hit the button and pay for it. Come on. I'm like, all right, thanks, man. So that's how that goes. That was the realization that I've come across.
You got to tell them, well, yeah, you kind of do got to hit the button and pay for it, but you got to put in your credit card information, all that.
But it's not even that. You have to join Kickstarter before you put the information in. We were on another stream. I forget which one. I apologize. But they were like, that's the fault of the merchant. That's Kickstarter's fault. Because if you think about it, if GoFundMe, somebody has a GoFundMe page, something tragic happens, we're going to set up a GoFundMe page. You go to that GoFundMe page, this is the story. This is how much you want to do. You go boop, and that's it. You don't have to sign up for anything. You just hit the button, into the information. So It can be done. So it's really Kickstarter's fault that they don't get more people, because the people, like I said, that I know personally, and I can count each one of them, those bastards, that they don't want to go and sign up to do it. It's I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later, instead of which we could have just gotten that one sale, just boop, and would have been done.
I got to be honest with you though, Mark. Okay, some people, and I know this to be factual because I'm one of them, will wait until the last couple days of a Kickstarter, check their account, and go, yeah, okay, I'll still have $50 come next week when Kickstarter takes my money. Because, sometimes some other bill jumps in, grabs your money, and then boom, you can't, and you're like, oh, crap, I'm sorry, I pledged, but I ain't got no money. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I know this from personal experience because I don't have a lot of money. Sometimes I'll pledge on a Kickstarter, forget all about it. Seriously, forget all about it. And then next month, when they go to take the money, I'm like, oh, crap. And then I'm scrambling to try and come up with the funds to still cover my pledge. It's like, and I mean, I'm not a fan of either or any of the other. I'm like, you guys need to get your own .coms. I promote you the same way. It don't matter. I understand crowdfunding for the first or second, to get rolling.
Yeah.
But at some point, take your money, invest it in your own website, not their website. And, I mean, people like me and Nita, we're still going to tell everybody where to find your book. It's not like we're going to cut you off because you're not on Kickstarter anymore. I mean,
I'll be the Spanish Rippaverse. I'll be Ripoverse.
What's up, Eric Boyd? What's happening, my friend? Here you go.
Hey, Eric.
Welcome.
Oh, I seen patience is a virtue when it comes to ordering from a crowdfunding campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple I've been waiting for a while, but as long as they keep me updated, I'm cool.
At least for our campaign, the book is almost done, so it's not like you will have to wait for so long. It's right there. It's ready to go.
Pencils done, inks are done, letters are mostly done. It's just coloring, printing.
Shipping it off to the printer.
Printing. Yep.
I think you just got a backer.
Oh, cool. All
And
right,
it wasn't
thank you.
me.
Excellent. Sweet person.
It wasn't me because you got 10 more days to go.
and jumping on that fact, as I mentioned in the video, as I mentioned all the time, I don't know anybody's financial situation. I have been up, I have been down. I know what it's like. So, if you can't afford that $1, share it out there. Eat your go to the dollar menu, get your food, get your drink, but share it out there at the same time. So, I'm not saying, hey, you guys are cheap bastards. No, I'm saying go and do the best you can. And if you can't throw us $1, I don't mind at all. Share it out there. Let people know, because somebody else might be able to help us. Will help.
And the cool thing about that $1 that you put up there, the cool thing about that $1 right there is backer count. It helps the algorithm of the creator when the backer count goes up. You see, if 20 people went and pledged $1 right now and it said 56 backers at $3,900, that looks better than 36 backers at $3,880. You see what I'm saying? So, that even those little kind of things, man, they pledge $1 up the backer count one.
The mighty algorithm gods.
You know what's up, man. That's the only way you're getting seen. I mean, even we as promoters, they share everybody's stuff everywhere and try to get seen as much as possible. Even we run into brick walls in certain places,
Yeah.
But you just got to keep powering through it. I hope there's enough paper to pick. Don't worry, somebody's going to develop the perfect hemp paper for comic books, and we'll be golden after that.
Wait, so you're gonna read it and then smoke it?
No, but I mean,
roll it.
Everything I've heard about hemp paper right now is it doesn't hold color well, but they'll figure it out. They'll figure out a pulp mixture that works. Give it time, guys. Give it time.
Come on, Woody Harrelson. You know what to do.
10,000 textile uses. All right. What? Huh? Oh, I got a visitor. What do you need, buddy? What? You want to go outside or something?
Shadowhawk says, "Hell, Mark. Sorry, I couldn't read your name on the tiny phone screen."
Hey, Shadowhawk.
Oh, I'm here. I'm begging him for a minute. There you go.
Oh, great. That was all on me. All right. All right. So let's see. What kind of stories can I tell? I can tell. Let's see. I've told the Mark Hamill story. What kind of story you want to hear, Pete? Ask me a question.
Tell the story about the book. What is the story of the book?
Yes. Let's do that. The book. How it came to be. two warring alien races. It was a anti book at the time. It was written, like I said, about 30 years ago, so in the 90s. Everything was exploding and crazy and going all off the charts when the Image was just making a big splash in the world. And I thought to do something against type. So I made a book with a female lead, which wasn't a thing that much back then. I mean, it was much more prevalent now than it was back then. And I wanted to do something with low-key powers, low-key story, a very, very small thing. One of the things I don't think I have mentioned on all these streams that we've been doing was there was one of my favorite comic book writers is Peter David. And when he was working on the Hulk, when he was fighting X Factor, he had the Gray Hulk fighting X Factor. And there was I think it was Tom McFarlane was doing the pencils at the time. And he was fighting Marvel Girl. And, he was taking out all the characters. And there's a panel of Marvel Girl using her powers against the Hulk, and it has like all the pink and everything's all exploding, and it was a very visually enticing panel. And the Hulk's dialogue, he goes, "You're the most dangerous because you have the powers that I can't see." And I was like, "Holy crap, that's so wild!" So all this flair and stuff, it isn't really real. It's just for the comic book reader. Right. So I was like, well, then it wouldn't have any of that stuff. So that's kind of where to do the low-key, smaller things would come from. So that was where her powers. I'm pretty
sure the Hulk encountered the Invisible Woman and powers he couldn't see a long time ago. But anyway, I'm just.
Well, I mean, it was the revelation of that he said that
right
against what was actually that you see as the reader. So I thought that was really kind of a cool thing. It's like certain times you think of something that you don't think of until someone says it. For example, in one of the earlier streams, because as I mentioned, the powers are implanted in their brains because they're aliens. And somebody said, well, usually aliens put stuff up the butt. So I never thought of that before. So why are they going up the butt? I never thought of that. So it's just one of those things that when he said that, I was like, wow, that's really a mind-blowing thing at the time. So it was a very low-key power. So a lot of things that they do, you really can't see them using their powers. They're more like abilities. And things just kind of happen throughout the story. I did my point to... Hulk didn't notice the invisible one. Yes. I did my point to kind of not talk down to the audience. One of the things I remember at a convention was that on the cover you had Superman and let's say the Flash or somebody, and they have somebody saying, oh my God, the Flash is going to fight Superman to the death. I wonder who's going to win. And then you see an image of Superman and Flash fighting, and then it says Superman and Batman, Superman and Flash are going to fight to death going to have a fight to the death on the cover. And then in the story is Superman versus Flash fighting to the death. So that's kind of like, pandering to the audience. Mine is like, here's some stuff that happens. They don't know what's happening. You just kind of have to figure it out along the way. And even though I know what their powers are, what their abilities are inside and out, it's not really explained in the story. You just kind of have to figure it out. Oh, so he's running faster because he needs to run faster. So obviously he can run faster. So I kind of give the audience a lot of credit. There was a movie that I have seen. I love time travel movies, and it was a movie called Primer. And it's one of the best time travel movies I have ever seen. And it does just that. It doesn't talk down to the audience. So you got to kind of figure it out. And it really made it a highly rewatchable movie. So even if you know the ending, you can watch it 3 or 4 times. And each time you watch it, you get a different perspective because you're picking up little things that you may not have noticed before. So that's what the idea of the story is about, powers and how it being a small little concise thing.
I'm not going to be able to hear you guys for a minute, so just go ahead and keep talking.
No problem.
Keep on going. Pete, why don't you talk a little about your involvement and all this stuff and throughout the years, how it's changed for you?
Yeah, it's like I inked a batch of pages way back when, and the project disappeared from my involvement, and years later came back to me. And of course we wanted to get the first issue done. So I focused on that. And so happy with the quality of that from start to finish. And yeah, because I got all the pages together, and I got other projects, and so like the order of the pages got a little mixed up. So I have inked pages from issue 2 as well as from issue 3, but I will focus more on getting issue 2 done next, so that we're in sequence for whatever happens next. But yeah, it's just really like this book, really like the visuals, really like the writing. Hassan on the coloring has done a great job. Yeah, I look forward to, possibly doing a tweaked version of the cover that people have already seen. And yeah, putting this all together and getting it printed, because I want to read my copy. It's been years since I read the script.
And that's the other thing. Like the script was actually printed out because I wrote it on a word processor and I had it typed out and printed out. So even transferring that to a digital world was a challenge to do. But just I've always been curious, and I've never really gotten a straight answer from you, Pete. When you have a stack of pages, how do you decide what page to do? Is there something in particular that you're looking for or in your mood for that day that you go through the pages, or you just blindly pull out one and just start working on it?
Well, okay, you got to understand, most of my career, what I did is get a gig, do the gig, hand the gig in, look for the next gig. Things are totally not that now because I'm all over the place with too many projects. So when I'm just like, I gotta work on, designated, I just grab a page and like, I don't have time to see what the next page is. So yeah, it's gotten a little against what I typically do, which is, not that I always go from page 1, page 2, page 3, and so on, but for the most part I do. And I mean, sometimes I try to integrate other people's methods, like my brother, back in the day when he was inking comics, and insanely at one point he was inking like 7 pages a day, but he did have 3 assistants at the time, me being one of them. But he used to do like, okay, I'm gonna just ink hair. So he'd grab one page, ink all the hair, toss that aside, grab another page, ink all the hair, and so on and so on. Like maybe he'll ink figures on the pages. Maybe he'll ink just the backgrounds. That worked for him. I tried that, and it just confuses me. Different people have different advice, and I tried different things. One of the things that works for me is when I block out a lot of the big black areas, and this is more to do with pencil pages. Like I'll block out all the big black areas, fill the black in on that. A puppy dog. I
did not trigger that at all. You talk to him, he talked back. That's all I'm saying.
That's awesome.
That's right. He talks to everybody.
Nice. Yeah, filling in the blacks so that when I'm inking like a lot of detail and whatnot, I'm not smudging the majority of lead across the page. So that's worked. But yeah, mostly I just go by page, and usually the stack is in order. So, but that's one of the reasons why I posted earlier today that I gotta work on my studio, and that's probably going to take all weekend. So I'm trying to organize it better. Just for you, Mark.
Nice. Do you take each piece of artwork as an individual artwork, or is it just a portion of a whole when you're doing a book?
You mean each individual panel?
No, I mean when you take a page, is that all right? This page is a separate piece of artwork in its own world, and I will work on it, or is it always, well, this is part of whatever else story that goes along with it? So you have to keep in mind of a certain mindset.
Well, I mean, unless there's a number of 2-page spreads in our book, and that you definitely have to work like both pages are part of one piece, right? But if it's 2 separate pages, mostly I'm just trying to stick consistently with the artwork. And if I'm true to that, then I should be true to, how the artist paced through the pages.
Right. Makes sense.
If there's nothing extreme stylistically that happens on one page that doesn't happen on another page, then it's pretty much consistent throughout. So I'm not too worried about it. And really, like, especially with coloring we have now and the level of quality with Hassan, like that really sets the tone more than anything else. He just has to color within my line work.
Now, for some of my friends in the chat over here that have channels of your own, if you want to talk to these guys about being on your channel, I'm sure they'd love to be on your channel in the next 10 days and get seen by different audiences. That's, it's kind of why we all
reach
do
out
this,
to us.
right?
Reach out. We can see if we can figure out something. Always happy to go on anybody's show. I am happy to promote myself anywhere. I don't care.
That guy. Shadow got a channel. All you guys, man, if you want to talk to Mark, or if other shows you could possibly talk to people about getting these guys on, what's up.
Mark is, what is it? ICFTR.
Oh yeah, I was like, what the hell? I was like, that's not my email.
No, that's your Twitter handle. Twitter handle.
Yes.
Yeah, drop those.
ICFTR. It came from the radio. You can just message me on Twitter, and I will respond. I don't have Twitter on my phone. It's only on my computer. So if I don't respond right away, it's because I'm not on my computer.
See, that's right. That's me too. I have a complete different Facebook account when I'm away from the house. My phone is not connected to Pops Van Zandt. It's not connected to my Twitter. It's not connected to my YouTube. When I leave the house, I'm on my time. When I'm sitting here at the computer, you guys got all my attention, all my socials, all that. But man, when I'm on the golf course, no, I ain't getting that notification every 2 minutes. No.
I always say my phone has no delusions of grandeur. It just wants to be a phone.
Yeah. Exactly.
Apex says he's drawing a 11 by 17 century versus man drawing, and there's plenty of outer space background. Yeah. He was talking about filling those blacks.
Oh, yeah. Is that more difficult because of the stars, the black and the whites?
Well, I was about to ask Apex how he does stars. Do you do the typical toothbrush spray? I do my my stars by hand. It's not necessarily a technique people love. It's more old school. And with what people can do nowadays, basically they can get a star field and stick it in the background, like in Photoshop or whatever programs that you're using.
Really?
Yeah. Like when Abby put the stars behind our logo, like she probably just grabbed that from somewhere. Yeah.
Oh.
Apex draws the stars.
I
have to draw attention to this. Monday Madness became so big that there's a Monday Morning Madness now. Go over and check out Michael T's, man. He's like them guys like stream all night long sometimes. It's crazy. They have a good show over there though. And if you don't know this guy, Six Gun Gorilla, 8 issues of that out available right now. That Brian's doing a.
I'm always meeting new people on your channel.
I know. That's because man, Brian's awesome, dude. Look, not only that, but if you check out his channel, he has a horror club show every Tuesday night. They show, it's like they give you a movie to watch, a horror movie that's not behind a paywall, so that everybody can watch it ahead of time, and then we kind of go clip through it and talk about it and stuff on Tuesday nights. It's fun, man. We have a good time out there. So,
cool.
Definitely check that out. If you're into horror movies, we have a blast. That's all I can say about that. Do you guys remember? You guys know Don Chin, Parody Press, right?
Right. I do.
Okay. Well,
not by name. I know people as that guy. Is that guy who does that thing?
Yeah, you guys know. I recently saw one of his Parody Press books. Now, I play golf, and I'm a Thor fan. So,
Mighty
Journey
Four.
into Misery, the Mighty Four.
Nice pants.
I had to have it, man. I freaking had to have it. I hit Don up. I'm like, dude, I got to get one of those. He's like, man, they're scarce. Some places they're pricey. And I'm like, I gotta have one. I got really lucky. Found one for $6. $6.
Very cool.
So I'll
what's
never
your
have Journey
name?
into Mystery 92. I know that. I'm no idiot. I'll never own that book, but close.
At least not a good copy. What's your name, Pops? What's that name there?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my D&D name. I forgot that was even up there, man. Yesterday,
I thought it was a code. I was gonna ask. I just let it go.
Yesterday was the Gaming with Ali show, right? And we,
right.
in order, we play the D&D game with Alison. So, there I was with my character name up so that everybody wouldn't call me Pops the whole time. So let me fix that real quick. I'd have left that up there until somebody pointed it out to me. So thank you, okay? Because I don't pay no attention.
I just work here.
Where the heck did I get that from? Lone Star Comics. I got it from Apex. Lone Star
Apex,
Comics.
I sent you a message on Twitter.
Yeah, you guys definitely, man.
Look at Mark.
Go check it out.
Multitasking.
It ain't easy. With my limited computer knowledge, it ain't easy. I was afraid it was going to kick me out of the stream when I did that.
Yeah,
when I first started
can't
doing
do
this,
it. My internet will fall apart.
I used to kick myself out of my show at least once every show.
Yeah, I've had people take over my show because I dropped out a bunch of times.
That's why I usually have co-hosts. See, we live out in the boonies.
Yeah.
And sometimes the power goes out. Sometimes the internet goes out. So, like, I have to have a co-host, like for CromCon, for the big shows, for Monday Madness, stuff like that. I have to have a co-host that's got the keys to the show. Because I'm not letting anybody down.
Right.
One of the things ever since I was young, it was like, I've always been one of them people. If I told you I was going to do something, and even if I got arrested and went to jail, right? I'm calling somebody to go take care of that thing I promised would get done.
Right.
That sounds very incriminating if you're in jail.
Well, I mean, even if it was, just like, if I promise somebody, man, I'll be over to help you work on your car, and I'm not there, it's because I'm in the hospital or in jail, or But the point is I always had somebody ready to go be there for me if I couldn't. That's how much my word meant to me when it come to doing what I say I'm going to do. You know, and it's the same way now. It's like we're going to have a show on Monday, whether I'm there or not. That's why we got co-hosts. That's why we have a network now. And I want it to just keep growing. Everybody knows, man. I like including other people in the network, having other people do shows on the network, like Allison and Rex and Dave doing the show offs. Rich doing the draw stream. I like other people doing shows on the network, man. It's just all different kinds of stuff. Make it grow,
Yeah, absolutely.
And I throw that out there to anybody that has an idea for a show on the network and wants to do it. Hit me up. We can talk.
Let's all grow.
He knows. Right. He knows. Got to work at it.
Yeah.
Now, do you have what? I know you have some other shows lined up for the next 10 days. So what other shows you gonna be on that we can help
tonight promote? At 9 we are. Was it Indie Comics Relay?
No, Indie Comics Relay is at 9 on the 24th.
Oh, okay. Well, I had the right show. Wrong day. So what's tonight? It's just
JD Calderon's
okay.
one-on-one.
Over on the Raging Network. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
At 9. And then you said you were going to do the trading card at 11, right?
Yeah, I'll start on the trading card at 11 if anybody wants to hang out. Bring some drinks.
You actually, what is it? You could drink every time you use the whiteout.
So I screw up and I have to have a drink. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah.
It's gonna be a long show.
And then on the 24th, we have Indie Comics Relay at 9 p.m. and Dojo Kun at 10 p.m.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that as my interactions with these shows.
He's tapping out. He's tapping out.
No, because I plan to stream every day on my channel and promote it. So, I want to get back into a more normal schedule since this month has been crap for reasons and stuff. But hey, Tank Ferret.
Hey, what's up?
But yeah, if you want to do more shows,
go ahead. Well, actually, I have to admit, I didn't expect you to be on any of the streams, and you're like, I'll do as many as possible. So cool. So that worked out really great.
Yeah, we've done over 20, or I forget, lost track.
We've done so many.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to wind down. They got another show they're going to be going to do. But I definitely want to talk to you. So just like call me in a little bit or something. But definitely, look, this anything you guys are doing, make sure we know about it in the madness. Any shows are going on or whatever, so I can make sure it goes up on Twitter and all the other places that we promote. And by all means, all you beautiful people in the chat that know these other shows, hook them up, get these guys seen as much as possible. 10 days. Now, 10 days says, why aren't you guys coming to CromCon on the last weekend of your campaign?
So my reason is that I am going to be away for the last couple of days because of stuff that's going on where I'm living at. So I will not be at a computer.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to have a normal schedule, and I'll be streaming on my channel, trying to get back on track with all the other projects I'm a part of.
Yeah. Well, you guys know what's up. 27th, 28th. We always have pretty much open panels, 9 p.m. Eastern, both nights. people just come out, say what you got to say. Man, our campaign's almost over. Peter, come out for 10 minutes. Campaign's almost over. We'll pull it up, push it, right? You know what I'm saying?
We'll see. I need to take a breath first. That's that's my point.
It was a very enduring thing that we've been on. It's really harder than you think it is. I have to admit.
But it's fun. It's fun. But
yeah,
it takes a lot out of me and my schedule, and so I just need to get back into.
Like I said, you're a Kickstarter. Yeah. You want everybody the last couple days. You want to really refresh everybody's memory. This is almost over. They're going to take the money in a couple days. It ain't like you got to wait a month. If you got some money, reminder. That's kind of what we do for you guys on them last couple days too. So. Just make sure we know what's going on.
Will do,
and we'll do our thing, Peter. You know what's up.
I do have a here. Maybe I can grab the link. Mark, talk for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, so while Pete's grabbing the link, let me throw out some of the powers that the characters have. Once again, they're low-key abilities. We have Natasha, who's the blonde. She's based off of Britney Spears, because that was a hot person at the time in the 90s. She has the power of luck, or enhanced gut feelings, where she's able to enhance intuition. I think it would be the proper term. She's able to have that little voice that you hear in your head, and most people don't listen to it. She does. Things work out in her favor. We move up to Adam, which is based on Adam from the Power Rangers. I was a huge Power Ranger fan in the 90s. Remember, this was made in the 90s. So he has enhanced upper limit human strength, endurance, and speed, but under duress. So it's not like he can turn on whenever he wants. He has to be under duress to do so. So an example I always use is when you're trying to catch a bus. You can actually run faster, as fast as Usain Bolt, who is the fastest human on the planet right now that we know of. So you can run as fast as Usain Bolt when you're trying to catch the bus, but then afterwards you can't run as fast, once again under duress. We kick it up top to Kelly, which is based off of the Olsen twins. Her name was Kelly Hugh. She was an actress that I was fond of, so that's how she got her name. But her look was based off of the Olsen twins. She has the ability to have the strongest emotion in your immediate area absorbed to her, and then sends it back out to other people in the area. And then we go down to Chris. He has eidetic memory. I think that's the term. It's an actual thing out there. Mariela Henner, the actress, has it, where you have a super photographic memory, but he has it one level higher. He has the ability to read or remember anything he sees. So, for example, he takes a dictionary, opens it up, starts reading on the dictionary. He can remember every single word in the order that it was in, but it doesn't necessarily make him smarter. Just remembers that he can remember a whole bunch of stuff. Then we go down to Ed, which is Adam's younger brother, 5 years old. Because he is the youngest person, he has the strongest power because he doesn't know any better, because kids have that enhanced imagination. So he was based off of the little Chinese boy, Japanese boy, I should say, from Godzilla Raids Again. That was where his character came from, and his name was actually from there was an old, I think it was old not Bugs Bunny, Woody Woodpecker cartoons. It might have been Bugs Bunny. It was old cartoons about the hunter or the fisherman, and his name was Ed. And it was like a documentary comedy about how did he go about what to do and what not to do when hunting or fishing. And his name was Ed, and it just stuck with me. So that was a name that I always put with him. And he has the ability to astral project while sleeping only. So he can appear in other people's dreams. He can appear in reality for other people in real life when they're awake, but only when he's sleeping. And once again, when he is under duress, he can have physical manifestations of energy into items. So, for example, if he's in a box and needs to get out of it, like a glass case or something, or bars, he can create a lockpick or a hammer or something to break the bars. And that's all the powers that they have.
Cool.
And yes, Kelly Hugh, Lady Deathstrike, exactly.
The link I dropped, which Pop shared with the chat, is the Wildcat Anthology. That's got 3 more days. That's been going for 60 days total. It's just a bunch of independent creators. Allison's a part of the project as well. And it's 80 pages, black and white book. It's CB Smallwood created this character, Wildcat, and 6 different teams did individual stories in different genres. And CB did a sort of wraparound story, a la like the heavy metal movie with the glowing green orb. If you know that movie at all, you might have an idea what I mean. But yeah, we were really proud of the book, and you know, I did it inks over a friend of mine, Abel Parsons, was happy to be a part of it, and Allison did tones over our work and letters as well.
Cool.
You can go check it
Put your
out.
text, Hank, wherever you're at. I sent you a text, Hank. So yeah, you guys know what's up. We're gonna get this one seen as much as we can. Obviously, like you said, you guys have been putting this together for a long time. Is it now relief or stress?
My stress was years ago. I think Pete's stressing out more than I am. It's like I've already been through this so many times, getting so close. I find that this time, for some reason, it's like everything's kind of falling into place to make this happen. Like 3 months ago, I didn't think this could be done. So just the fact that we're there, it's kind of more of a lure. It's like, wow, I can do it. It can get done. But you know, it's the funding part that's the ideas and worrying about it. But like I said, I think Pete's more stressed out than I am. What are your thoughts on that, Pete? Are you stressed or relieved?
I mean, you know, there's a certain amount of I wouldn't say relief. I'm just happy it's finally coming together. Like we got a team behind us. I'm happy with everybody in our group. I'm happy with the way the project is looking and it's coming together. You know, crowdfunding, you know, it's a thing of the modern era, and I know like we can do much better, but we gotta sort of prove it to the crowd out there first. So like once we get this first book under our belt or first Kickstarter under our belt, I think next time will be easier. You know,
yeah. Well, that's one of the
get
things,
a big audience right away.
That's one of the things I've really been talking about when it comes to, you know, some people are just out there putting in the work and killing it. Paul Gomez, he's just funded his 4th book of this fiscal year, and already fulfilled 3 and just funded his 4th. And you know, it's like, dude's just working at comic books, 3 different titles. One of them he just did book 2 on. You know, it's like 3 different titles, you know, just like clockwork, putting them out.
Right.
And you know, Brian Kriskow on issue 8 of 6 Gun Gorilla. I like these guys that perform and then keep bringing us more books and keep the story going, and they don't just like disappear.
Yep.
So yeah.
Well, we got a complete book, a complete story. You know, we'd love to deliver the whole package to you with this campaign. You know, if by some reason, like, you know, like we pass our stretch goal and pass the next 3 or 4, we can do that. But I'd be happy just to grab on the first issue and take it from there. You know, but yeah, everybody check it out. Everybody share it out. Everybody tell their mom, buy a copy for everybody for holidays coming out.
Yeah, all that.
You know, whatever.
What do you figure the rating on this?
I'm gonna go with a light PG-13. Like the only risque image would be that right there. I think I have another sort of risque image further into the story, but that's about it. It's really something you can see on TV. You've seen worse on TV right now.
Yeah.
And even back then, it was very tame. Like I said, it's a very small story. It's nothing. I wouldn't even go as far as saying it's a groundbreaking story. It's just something that when it gets typed, a small story, beginning, middle, end, something that's enjoyable for the family. The entire family can enjoy it. Like I said, with a little PG-13-ish light side. There's no cursing, none of that stuff.
Cool. That's what I want to hear. Like to be that way I can leave it laying around with grandkids and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of them books go right in the box. You know what I'm talking about. It's like, oh, can't say that. No. But no. I also wanted to do a quick 30-second review for everybody who's recently sent me a book, or you know that I've had one sitting on my reading stack for a little while. I like them all. You know who you are. Okay. I have not been disappointed in anything I've gotten in the last 2 months. So y'all killing it, baby. What's up, Tank?
Tank.
He's there. He just ain't there.
Hello, invisible Tank.
What's up, bro?
There we go. I heard something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you there, Tank?
He might be there in the future.
Yeah. He might be there at some point, or he might. It's probably his phone. One of those. A semi-wild Tank is weird. Well, I ain't gonna keep you guys out here any longer. I know you probably want to get a little kind of a break before you go to your 9 o'clock show.
Yep.
So,
Thank you so much for having us on.
Appreciate it having us on.
Yeah.
I really do. Thanks for working around our schedules and having us done, even though it didn't work out last time. Really, really, really do appreciate it. And Pops, like I said, I've known you for a while. I've been on the CromCon a while back, but it's always good to finally face to face.
Dude, you guys are
virtual
welcome,
face to face.
Anytime you guys know you're welcome. Whatever you got going on, you want to toot the horn, you let me know. We put you on the show.
Cool, man.
That's how we do it. Everybody say hi to Tanky Poo.
Hi, Tanky Poo.
What's up? How's everybody doing?
Well, they're getting ready to go do another show because they got another show at 9 o'clock. And they probably need a little breaky break in between. And then at 11 o'clock, Peter's also going to be doing designing my own trading card tonight. So,
I'm excited for that, man. I'm excited.
You're going to be on JD Calderon's show, right, Peter?
Yep.
That's where you guys are going?
Well, I'll be. Yeah. So JD, and then at 11 on my own channel.
All right. Yeah. Cool. So on Raging at 9, you can talk to see these guys some more and have them actually ask some, real questions and stuff. I had none of my industry expertise out here as a co-host tonight, so I had to wing it. It was fun.
You did fine.
Yeah.
Hey,
it was a good show.
You guys rock, man. Thanks so much for coming out. Everybody go check out Designated issue number 1 by Mark Torres and Peter and everybody else. Man, there's more people involved in this. You guys go ahead and sing out some other names real quick. Who else? Come on. Who's your letter?
I was going to let Pete do it. We have Abby Gabato is our graphic designer. Jade Smith is a penciler. Hassan Godwin is our colorist. And Jorge Medina is and George Medina is the letterer.
All right. There you have it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it dropping names like Skrillex drops the bass.
I got to play a bunch of commercials, Tank, but I want you to hang out. I want to talk to you for a bit.
Yeah, sounds good.
Really appreciate it.
You bet.
Right,
you guys
Pops.
go have a good night. I'll catch you on JD's in a bit.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Cool.
Bye.
As always, thank you everybody for watching, backing, sharing, all that stuff. Without you guys, why are we here? Thanks for tuning in, sharing it out, all that stuff. We appreciate you.
Thanks,
With
Chad.
that,
have a good one.
I'm going to play some commercials. I got more commercials.
Yay.
All right, here we go. Peace out, everybody.
Brian Christgau, your book, Six Gun Gorilla, is excellent. Six Gun Gorilla, awesome. Awesome comic book.
heard the stories. We've all heard the legends. Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, Billy the Kid. But there's a secret history to the Old West. One that seems too strange to be true, but, well, we all know what they say about the truth. Very big ape, very big guns, blowing very big holes, very bad people. I think the world is finally ready to hear the story of the strangest, the most startling Western hero of them all. Six-gun gorilla. Long days of vengeance.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. You know I be on a what? Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. It's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving it, so all you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work.
In a world ravaged by monsters, a new evil has risen, poisoning the land and threatening humanity. Now, the Monster Matador, along with the meanest and baddest kaiju killers, have joined forces to kick its ass. after apocalypse.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men, and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the there was the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz
how to
hands. Jazz hands.
Have a good night.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals.